So we're here to talk about how to find your dream client. So this is for you if you're looking for your first client or searching for your dream client. So you may have already have some clients, or maybe you are still looking and have had no success. Finding your dream client is always going to be the perfect scenario, but it does take a lot more than just showing up online. First of all, you do need to know who your target market is. So I do encourage you to download your free Dream Client Avatar workbook. And if you are already a member of my email list, you will have access to this. If not, you can go to ddcreative.com/freebies, scroll down, and you will find your Dream Client Avatar workbook. So it's important to know who your target market is. Without this knowledge, getting in front of the right people is going to be difficult. When you understand the demographic you're trying to reach, finding your perfect client is going to become so much easier. So you do need to be specific. For example, maybe you're saying that you want to work with women. This is not specific enough. Okay, so that's 50% of people out there. You have to ask yourself the following questions. What sort of women do you want to work with? Do you want to work with younger women? Do you want to work with older women? Maybe women with kids, or maybe women without kids. That's just an example. Then you have to think about what her pain point is. So as an example, let's say she's trying to lose weight. Why does she want to lose weight? Maybe she's wanting to bounce back after having a baby. More questions you need to consider. How are you going to help her? So this lady wants to lose weight. Perhaps you're going to supply her with a keto diet, or maybe she's vegan, so a vegan diet. Then there's high intensity workouts. Maybe you're going to help her with weight training, or maybe with home workouts. So when you consider this, you have so many variables. So let's break it down a little bit more. Maybe you want to help women who just had a baby. She wants to lose weight, but she's vegan. She doesn't have time to go to the gym, so you want to offer her home workout plans along with vegan meal plans. So see where I'm going with this? The more specific you are, the better. Once you know exactly who you want to work with, you can create your message, your advertising, etc. to that perfect person. So think about this. Do you know where your dream client likes to hang out? You need to remember that your dream client is a real person. So you need to talk to them directly. You need to speak to them in their language. Your message needs to be personalized to them. You need to make them feel like you know them inside out. So consider what social media they prefer, okay? Maybe they prefer Facebook, or do they prefer Instagram? Do they prefer Pinterest? Maybe Twitter. So let's talk about Facebook. If they like Facebook, what sort of Facebook groups do they hang out in? And then think about what keywords they might be using when searching for content. What keywords are they going to use when searching on Google? Or maybe they're searching in YouTube, or perhaps even Pinterest. Then think about hashtags as well. What hashtags are they using when searching on Instagram, Twitter, and Pinterest? Then other questions to ask are, where do they like to shop? What TV shows do they like to watch? What books or magazines do they like to read? Maybe what newsletters do they subscribe to? Now, I understand you might be thinking this is all mumbo jumbo, but it is not. It's not bullshit. It does work. I can totally vouch for this. When I focus on where my ideal client hangs out, I have a lot more success than if I was to advertise randomly. And yes, I've been known to advertise randomly, and I've had very little success when doing so. I've also found that when I work with my ideal client, they love to recommend me to others in their circle who are also my ideal client. So once you have all of this in place, it can have a snowball effect. It doesn't have to be hard, but it does take some homework. So think about this. People don't just buy products and services, they buy from people. So they need to learn more about you and your personality. That's what will help you stand out in this crowded, crazy world. First of all, we need to talk about you, not your business, not your products, and not your services. People connect with people, not a logo, not a website. So it's important to get visible. So your steps here. Again, download your Dream Client Avatar Workbook, and you'll find that at ddcreative.com/freebies, and fill it out and you'll have a much better idea of who your ideal client is. And this will give you more clarity when it comes to moving forward. Next, you need to get visible. I've been focusing on getting more visible a lot more in the past few weeks. It's challenging, but I feel like I'm getting better at it. The more exposure I get, the more recognised I am as the expert in my industry. I was a guest host in a Zoom training last week with 11 other lovely ladies. I've been doing some client calls, and of course I've been going live here in the group. Now, if you're comfortable in front of the camera, you can go live in your Facebook group. You can go live on your personal profile. You can go live on your business page. You can do IGTV, and you can even do YouTube lives. So many more options there for you as well. But maybe you're scared to go live. That's okay. We all have to start somewhere. Now, I have a Go Live challenge in my Facebook group. All you need to go to the units and you'll see the 5-day Facebook Live challenge. Or you can sign up at ddcreative.com/courses/5-day Facebook Go Live challenge. Okay. Now, if you are scared to go live or feel like you need some practice, I've got a top tip for you. Create your own Facebook group. You don't need to admit any members. It's just a place for you to practice and test going live. Now, I have my own little Facebook group. I call it my little sandbox, and it's a place for me to play in, and it's a place for me to test my camera and my audio. And of course, that is where I have been today, trying to test out going live in Facebook, and nothing was working. So I'm glad I did that before attempting to go live in the group today, because I wouldn't have been able to after doing all that testing. So it's a great idea, and you can go live in there as much as you want just to get some practice. Or you could pre-record your videos like I'm doing right now. You can edit them, you can add them to your YouTube channel, you can upload them to your page or your group, you can even upload them to IGTV. The more places you present your video, the more eyes and the more exposure. And the more places you go live, the more exposure you get as well. So you do need to show up and become the go-to expert in your industry. So by doing this, you'll be more recognised. People will recommend you. And I've been lucky enough that quite often in other groups that I'm a member of, that people recommend me when somebody is asking a question about Pinterest. And I have actually gotten clients out of that as well. So this is only part 1. Part 2, I have a whole bunch of more juicy tips. In fact, that's probably even more juicy than this intro, basically. So thanks, guys, for joining me. I will talk to you soon.